Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. This is my educational newsletter. My name is Karen Green. I am a proud senior at Carver College. Carver College was recently included as one of our most prestigious colleges, now recognized as a historical Black college. I'm calling all who can and will read because I know reading is fundamental. I challenge you to read daily. There is something you will always learn by reading. I encourage you to read something you like reading. It then becomes enjoyable and it will be something you're anxious to do. Make it a point to check out our libraries. It's exciting to be surrounded by so much knowledge. As a teenager, my family could find me at the library. The library was where I learned you can have as many as 6 gifts from God, yet we have to develop them. I too taught my son to continue to read. He has also chosen a library as a place of solstice. Today, I've decided to write a newsletter to reach those of early childhood into our adolescence. Also, it's important to assist our young adults to become skilled and prosperous individuals, helping them to be responsible enough to set goals daily while developing their routine schedules. It is important to train to transform. There is something important that I want our children to know. We can create a balance for everyone involved and value our time. Let's take this time to build our future. Let's start by planning today for a better tomorrow. Yes, we are in this together. There are no promises for tomorrow. What that really means is that we have to start making a difference ASAP, as soon as possible. My first class of physiology, psychology described the biological roots of physiology. The biological roots of physiology, psychology are from the earliest historical times of behavioral neurosciences. Those individuals who are involved in philosophy, physiology, and other disciplines that are human beings involved in summarized contributions to the modern field. Human beings possess something tangible that animates them. With a mind or a soul or a spirit, we too have a physical body with muscles that can move sensory organs, perceive information about the world around us today. All thinking, all body movements, all perceptions are from our central nervous system. My introduction to physiology, psychology continued as we were as students who are yet training to transform, to describe the role of natural selection in the evolution of behavioral traits. Natural selection suggests that characteristics that allow organism to produce to reproduce more successfully are passed on to offspring. It is a consequence that these characteristics will become more prevalent in a species. Evolution is the gradual change in structure, and physiology is the result of natural selection. Charles Darwin theory explains that characteristics that have evolved in time. The natural selection is a mechanism of evolution. The organism adapt and are more likely to survive and pass on genes, aiding their success. This process causes species to change and diverge over time. Let's change our trajectory and personalize each day just for us. Today, I have decided to have a new lifestyle to fit just for me. I do want to now change because I am training to transform, wanting to get all things done within the course of 24 hours. Let's always prepare for the next day to avoid being rushed the next morning. Let's start planning for a better tomorrow, having our own businesses and not to be limited to what your income will be. We are planning for wealth from one generation to another. I personally chose Carver College. I am yet impressed with our mission statement at Carver College. The scripture comes alive as God uses Christ centered faculty members in the development of his servants. Our school motto is training to transform. We take seriously our calling to train and equip our students for a lifetime ministry. The training Carver students receive first transforms their own hearts and then equip them to go train and transform hearts of others. Our mission statement is Carver College exists to glorify God by educating students to reach the world for Christ, by serving the church, the community, and the world as biblically minded, professionally competent men and women of character. One of the most fascinating of the subjects to date was the central nervous system. I have learned to respect my central nervous system. It is important to appreciate our remarkable bodies, amazingly designed by God. Each day, as I see the trees and the branches, they now remind me of our dendrites of various colors while attached to the axons. They are always working for us all the time. Our terminal buttons are activating and ready to deliver chemicals to our receptors at the wake of any stress or pain. Way before we could think to take our medications, our magnificent bodies have already received messages and have begun to provide us with all we will need. I too feel we should preserve this awesome body by training ourselves to transform. Yes, each of us should only intake foods that are nutritious for our bodies, making sure that we don't add stress to our bodies by eating foods that do not agree with our systems. This takes me to another lesson I've learned in psychopharmacological that drugs that are not prescribed should not enter our bodies by any means. There are many routes of administration. the word was psychopharmacology. Excuse me. I now have had a light bulb moment that will always remind me of these life lessons. I pray that I will never forget these lessons I've learned. I may even continue studying even after my graduation. I feel there is so much more to learn. I too have to acknowledge learning the organs and the parts of the body and their functions have been very interesting. I now know why we respond to everything as we do. It's necessary that our organs do their jobs. Inside the body, motor neurons carry signals to the muscles to enable movement. When activated, the neurotransmitters are specialized chemicals released by neurons to communicate with other cells. Today, it is necessary to have strategies in action to organize our culture and our content. I have implemented examples for our culture's early childhoods, our adolescents, and our young adults. For our children, number one, wake up early. Bathe, brush your teeth, and get dressed. Have breakfast and then clean up our mess. Apply yourselves at school. Have recreation, do something fun. Do homework with help while helping with dinner. Lay clothes out for the next day. Our adolescents have the same process to teach them responsibility as they also apply themselves at school. The adults, too, have the same application, but instead they apply themselves at work. Have recreation, do something fun, and help with dinner, eating with family, and to lay your clothes out for the next day. All of us, while training to transform, should watch educational programs. Don't feed into the negativity. Subconsciously, it stays with us. The more we allow the violent games in our homes, the more violence we support. That strategy, indeed, is what we too have to focus on while training to transform our lives and eliminate what we don't want within our 24 hours. It is up to us to make decisions for us, our families, and all who are focused on a new direction for the betterment of our lives as a whole. Truly, where we go tomorrow is entirely up to us. I am very proud of my family, and this family tree actually represents the love we share one to another. Every day, I want to make my family proud of my many accomplishments. I was taken to church each Sunday. We all got in the car, 9 of us, to include my parents, John and Eleanor Sutton. We too sang together. My father would also lead songs as we sang as a group. My sister Linda used to do solos, and we all sang in our choirs. My favorite church is the church I'm a member of today. My pastor is the president of the 5th and 6th district in the Atlanta area. Vice president of the 6th. His name is Pastor Eddie Lee Bright and his loving wife, Miss Vivian Bright. I will always recognize them as they continue to carry the fruits of the Spirit as they feed the hungry and provide coats during inclement weather. We are all bound by the covenant that was indeed written, that we do what is pleasing to God. God have given me a gift to sing his praises. It is our purpose on earth to glorify God. I am using my gift as it has made room for me. Thank God for all his blessings given to us. We do know with God all things are possible for those who believe and are called according to his purpose. Today we yet recite our covenant. On Sundays, as we yet say the covenant, it resonates within my soul to do the right things. Each of my sisters and brothers had to recite the Ten Commandments, which has molded our lives then, and today we still believe what Moses wrote for us. One of my most proud moments was when I entered a competition. I won the top percent in our United States of America. In 1995, as I close, I want to recite, "Don't waste today's time." Our Marietta High School students had to sign off on this poem that they would not waste time last summer. Don't waste today's time. By cluttering your tomorrows, our opportunities come and then they go away. If you miss this train, someone else will get on it that can't measure to what you have in store. Procrastination will tap you on the shoulder. Just politely turn and say, "Get out of my way." It's a curse that'll bind you forever, when in fact you should be leading the way. So reach out to one and then help the others. Your strength will come from the one you adore. Opportunities missed, replenish in giving, making one step, and fate will take two. I have set a new goal, facing new challenges, yet knowing I will reach my destiny. Therefore, Karen Green, don't waste today's time. I can't promise you tomorrow. I am employed with the Marietta City Schools. One other thing I'd like to add, I too wrote this song over 25 years ago, 1997. The last year it was published while being used in a songwriting contest. Where we go tomorrow is entirely up to us. And thank you for listening to my newsletter.